Hey, what is going on, guys? Bruin Steel here. Welcome back to another WWE broadcast, and we are finally here to do our Clash at the Castle 2024 prediction video. I am joined by Canadian Yorker. How's it going tonight?
Going awesome tonight. How about yourself?
Great. We're finally at another pay-per-view. I'm excited. Like I said before, this has got to be the best Clash of the Castle pay-per-view. There's some gonna be some unbelievable matches. Despite obviously maybe Logan Paul's not gonna defend the title. I mean, there's still gonna be some more good matches. But before we start, just want to let you guys know that you can catch Clash of the Castle this Saturday at 2 p.m. Eastern Time. So obviously, if you're on the Pacific side, I think it's going to be like 11 a.m. or something like that. 11 a.m. or something like that for you guys on the Pacific time zone. But anyways, we are here to do our predictions. Let's get started. So, like always, um, I'm going to say talk about the matches, and I'm gonna have Canadian Yorker share his predictions first, and then mine. So let's get started. So I'm just gonna go down the list. So the first match on the list is the World Heavyweight Championship match between Damian Priest and Drew McIntyre. So Damian Priest defending the World Heavyweight Championship against Drew McIntyre, and obviously the Judgment Day are barred from ringside. So we'll see if that's actually the truth. So Damian Priest defending the title against Drew McIntyre. Canadian Yorker, you have the floor. Who do you think's gonna win, and what are your thoughts?
Man, this is a tough. This is they come out with a banger match with Drew McIntyre versus Damian Priest. Um, Drew McIntyre has said in the past that he has wanted to win in front of a live crowd. He definitely won in front of a live crowd at WrestleMania. That was a big moment for him before he lost it to Damian Priest. And Damian Priest Oh, David Priest has the opportunity to defend his title, to continue his reign as a world heavyweight champion. Um, and he's defended, just like Seth Rollins. Damian Priest is defending his title as much as Seth Rollins defended his title. And he's putting respect to his name on the World Heavyweight Championship. I will say this in contrast to Cody Rhodes. Um, Cody Rhodes is also defending his title, but I would say that Cody Rhodes is not as defending his title, not as much as Damian Priest is. Damian Priest is defending his title every chance he gets to defend it. Um, I mean, it is a tough call. Damian Priest can definitely get some assistance from the Judgment Day to help him win against Drew McIntyre. They could just screw the rules and just say, "Oh, we're going to help him out regardless." But at the same time, even though Judgment Day is not there, Damian Priest does have the ace up his sleeve, being CM Punk, who I mentioned in the last video, might be there at Clash in the Castle to basically screw over Drew McIntyre and make him lose in front of millions of people and embarrass him. Uh, I mean, this is a tough call to say the least. Ooh, it is possible that Damian Priest could win against Drew McIntyre, but Drew McIntyre can also win against Damian Priest. So, man, it is tough. I would probably, mm, I probably would have to pick. Oh man, this is a tough one. It is hard. It is. It's just so many scenarios that can happen. Um, man, I'm gonna have to pick one. So my pick is going to be Damian Priest retaining his title at Clash in the Castle because he's got a lot of help. He's got a lot of help coming from him, and Drew McIntyre doesn't really have anyone helping him out other than he could get Sheamus to help him, but Sheamus has his own problems going on with Imperium, so I don't see that happening. So probably I'm picking Damian Priest to retain.
You're locking your pick in. Damian Priest to retain the title.
I'm locking it in. Yeah.
All right, so for me, obviously the big story is people are gonna say, yeah, CM Punk is gonna show up and screw Drew McIntyre once again, in front of his home country, and that's just gonna suck for Drew because that's the second time in a row that he lost the championship match in front of his home country. If you guys remember him losing against Roman Reigns due to the fact that we saw the debut of Solo Sikoa. But that's gonna be what I think is gonna happen. Like CM Punk is obsessed with Drew McIntyre, or Drew McIntyre is obsessed with CM Punk. CM Punk, I'm just gonna say it. CM Punk is gonna show up and screw Drew McIntyre. So I think that's gonna be the case. Obviously people are gonna be like, oh, there's no way Drew's gonna win for the second year in a row, a match in his home country. But Damian Priest, I just feel like he deserves a more longer reign. So I just don't see Damian Priest dropping the title to Drew. Plus, I don't think Drew McIntyre versus Gunther will be a good idea at SummerSlam. So if you guys don't know, Gunther won the King of the Ring, where those he has the opportunity, he has the right to face the World Heavyweight Champion at SummerSlam. But I just feel like because of the confrontation that Gunther had with Damon Priest, that's the storyline that will make more sense. I don't think anyone will want to see Drew versus Gunther again. So I'm locking my pick in. CM Punk screws Drew McIntyre once again, and then Damon Priest takes advantage. Damon Priest beats Drew McIntyre to retain the title. So I'm gonna lock my pick in. I am choosing Damon Priest as well. Um,
I I want to say this, that I believe that Drew McIntyre may get in Damian Priest's head, and Damian Priest, because the Judgment Day is definitely going to try to beat down Damian Priest in front of his home country and stuff. That might happen. If we see that happening, I mean, we can smell a betrayal coming from within the Judgment Day. Somebody's going to betray Damian Priest and kick him out of the Judgment Day. That's going to happen because Damian Priest is showing that he is a heel, sort of a face, sorry, in a way. So I definitely can see Damian Priest leaving the Judgment Day.
all right, so we both picked Damien Priest to retain. And back to what you said, yeah, I totally agree. Damien Priest is probably going to get kicked out. I wouldn't be surprised if CM Punk doesn't show up and not through Drew. But I can see maybe Judgment Day do show up, and then that's when Damien Priest get pissed off because he's gonna be saying, "Why the hell are you guys here? You guys are burned from Reside." And if you've seen Damien Priest's reaction every time that Judgment Day tries to help him, Damien Priest legitimately said, "I don't need your help. I can do this by myself." Which is an indication that he might go on a singles run. But moving on to the next match, we got a singles match for the WWE Women's Championship. So we got the defending champ Bayley defending against Pimper Nivens along with Chelsea Green. We all know Chelsea Green's going to be there to try to run interference. But the big story is, I still say it, I say it again, this is probably Bayley's biggest test, probably the toughest title defense that Bayley will have against a strong Pimper Niven character. So this is going to be a great match. We just have to see if Bayley can survive because you've seen how easy Pimper Niven can crush Bayley. That's twice in 2 weeks that Pimper Niven has overpowered Bayley. But we have to see what happens. But Canadian Yorker, you have the floor. What are your thoughts and what are your predictions?
I would say that this is Bayley's toughest. It's not Bayley's toughest test. Bayley's toughest test is Nia Jax. Nia Jax challenged Bayley for the women's world title. So Nia Jax will be the toughest test. Pimper Nivens is the second toughest test that Bayley has to face now that she's at Clash in the Castle. The fact that Pimper Nivens is facing Bayley, and I mean, her promo against Bayley was just wow, amazing. She had a really amazing promo, and I mean, it kind of proves the fact that why in the world is she with Chelsea Green as a tag team? She doesn't need Chelsea Green. She's just there to support Chelsea Green as a tag team partner. Of course, Chelsea Green's going to try to interfere, and the way that she's interfered is probably going to cost Pimpin Evans. It's a double-edged sword. It's either going to cost Pimpin Evans the ability to win, or it's going to help her win against Bayley. But Bayley is no stranger to interference because she's got plenty of that against damage control. So I don't see Bayley losing to Pimper Livins and Chelsea Green because she's got plenty of that. Facing the damage control, and she was a heel before, so she knows how it works. So I mean, yes, Pimpin Evans will definitely put up a fight, and Bayley's gonna have to work to get that win. But I definitely see Bayley coming out on top and retaining her title as champion.
Yeah.
So that's what I see going forward. I don't see her winning against Pimpin Evans because she knows how to win against heels. She was a heel herself. It wouldn't make sense for her to lose.
Yeah, so you're locking your pick in. You think Bailey's going to retain the WWE Women's Championship?
Yeah, Bayley is retaining because she still has to face Nia Jax. Nia Jax challenged her. Pimpin Evans is the second toughest opponent she has to face. But Pimpin Evans has never beaten Nia Jax. Now, if Pimpin Evans beat Nia Jax now, that would make Pimpin Evans the most toughest opponent in the women's on the women's wrestling side. But Pimpin Evans hasn't beaten Nia Jax yet. So I definitely see Bayley beating Pimpin Evans.
Yeah. So. All right. So, for me, there's just a lot of stuff going on. It's like, oh, I said this the same thing when Rhea Ripley faced Nia Jax. It's like, how is Rhea Ripley going to lift Nia Jax in the air? But it's like, Bayley doesn't need to do that. Bayley's finisher, which is the Rhodes plant, doesn't require lifting your opponent in the air. So Bayley can win this match with her finisher. So, but the thing is, like, I mean, people are going to be like, oh, Pimper should win this because it's his hometown. She got her own Scottish, family in her crowd. But it doesn't matter. Like, one person can beat another person in their country. Like, we've seen Roman do it to Drew. We've seen Roman do it to Sami in Montreal. But then Chelsea Green, obviously, I think Chelsea Green is just going to get caught. And then I will be cheering. I'll be celebrating if Chelsea Green gets thrown out of the ring, and it's like, you get out of here, and then she just be complaining, bitching. It's like, yeah, get your pathetic bitch ass out of here. I hope the referee catches her and then throws her out of ringside. Like, holy moly. But I wouldn't be surprised if Naomi has beef against Pimper Nivens. If you guys don't know, Pimper Nivens did attack Naomi, so Naomi could come out and even the odds if Chelsea Green does run interference. So that could be another option. But come on, Bayley's a face. She needs to win matches on her own. Don't be pulling like a Roman or whatever, or a Rhea or whatever like that. But still, I just feel like Bayley is a better option than Pimper Niven. I don't know if it's Pimper Niven versus Nia Jax. But I just feel like Bayley is the better option. And I just don't see Bayley dropping her title that early.
Yeah, I would say that if Bayley beats Pimpin Nivens, can Bayley beat Nia Jax?
Yeah, what are your thoughts on that? That's the test. But I am locking my pick in. I am picking Bayley to defeat Pimper Nivens. Like, hell no, I'm not picking Pimper Nivens. Fuck that. But I am picking Bayley to successfully defend her WWE Women's Championship. It's just way too early for her to drop the title. So I am locking Bayley in to retain. Alright, so moving on to the next match, we got a singles match for the WWE Intercontinental Championship. So this is going to be interesting. We got Sami Zayn defending the championship against Chad Gable, along with Otis, Tozawa, and Debray. So we obviously saw the situation going in Alpha Academy. We've seen Chad Gable. Maybe Chad Gable wants to win that championship. We have to see if Sami Zayn is good enough. Sami Zayn each week in, each week out, he's been confronting Otis, Tozawa, and Maxine. It's like, don't take this. Just break yourself free from Chad, you know, and we have to see if this is the time. We have to see if this is the time if finally it's gonna happen. But Canadian Yorker, I will give you the floor. What are your thoughts, and who do you think is gonna retain the inter? Who do you think is gonna win this match?
It's a tough. It's not really a hard one. I do believe that Chad Gable can beat Sami Zayn on his own, one on one. With he's a very technical wrestler. He beat Gunther by himself. He's beaten a lot of wrestlers by himself. Um, Chad Gable can win, but he's just using, like I said in the previous podcast, he's just using Alpha Academy to help him win his matches. But Chad Gable, man, it doesn't seem like he's gonna win against Sami in Clash in the Castle. I definitely can see Sami Zayn retaining his title because of Otis. Otis will cost Chad Gable his to lose at Clash of the Castle. Unless Chad Gable has other plans and betrays Sami at Clash of the Castle and helps Chad Gable win. Um, but other than that, I definitely see Chad Gable. Oh, excuse me. I see Chad Gable losing, and Sami is retaining his title.
So you're locking your pick in. You're picking Sami Zayn to win.
Yes, I am.
All right, so I didn't properly do my predictions, so I didn't do predictions at all. So I'm like stunned. So this is the match that I got stuck on. So the Sammy versus Chad. So this is what I think. So obviously people are gonna be like, oh, there's no way Sammy's gonna lose because it's just that early. But then look, Chad Gable, it's clear as day that Sami Zayn is probably going to be the next leader. I mean, if Chad Gable screws Alpha Academy and leaves, I can see Sami Zayn being the next leader. Like, you've seen Sami Zayn with Alpha Academy and become like acting like a leader. Like, you do that, you know. And it seems like Maxine Tozawa seems to like it, don't mind it. And then Otis is the question: is Otis going to listen to Sami? Is Otis going to listen to Chad? But this is the thing, though. I think Chad gets it here. I think Chad. So this is what I think is going to happen. I think Chad is somehow going to get the referee distracted by like some odd reason, and then Chad is going to order Otis to attack Sami when the referee is not looking, and then Otis is going to refuse. That's when Chad Gable is going to. That's when Chad Gable is going to just slap Otis again, and that's when the new fact. That's excuse me. Almost banged my microphone on the floor. Excuse me. This is when the new faction is gonna come through because you see Chad Gable talking with the Creed brothers multiple weeks. We saw Chad Gable talk to Ivy Nile for the second week in a row. So this is when the new faction comes in. After Otis refuses, Chad Gable is going to have a heel faction of Creed Brothers and Ivy Nile come out. Ivy Nile is going to betray Maxine Debris, knowing those two are close. And then the Creed Brothers are going to attack Otis Tozawa. That's going to have Chad Gable get the upper hand. Chad Gable defeats Sami Zayn to win the Intercontinental Championship. I am locking my pick in. I am going for that pass. I might be wrong. I don't know. But I'll be surprised if I'm 100% right. But the new faction is going to come out. Chad Gable is going to betray Alpha Academy with the help of the new faction. Chad Gable defeats Sami Zayn.
I definitely could see that happening with Chad Gable having the Creed brothers join him as a new faction, and helping him win. At the same time, there's also another scenario that can happen. Chad Gable can win also by distracting the referee, but not using Otis. So if he doesn't use Otis to distract him, he could just do it in his own way, distracting the referee somehow. Well, excuse me. He can win by distracting the referee somehow and picking up a sneaky win. If he picks up a sneaky win against Sami Zayn and pins him cleanly, then honestly, it would definitely be the straw that breaks the camel's back in Otis' relationship and Chad Gable's relationship. and I believe that would make Chad Gable get attacked by Otis for betraying Alpha Academy, and basically putting his own wants and his will to win the championship over Alpha Academy, which would make the storyline even more interesting. So that's my thoughts on that.
All right, so moving on to the next match. The next match is actually Cody Rhodes and AJ Styles. But I'm gonna save that for last since I think that's the main event. So we're gonna go to the next match, which is not the. We're gonna go to the next match, a triple threat tag team match for the WWE Women's Tag Team Championship. So we got Bianca Belair and Jade Cargill defending those titles against Abba Fire and Asla Dawn versus Shayna Baszler and Zoe Stark. So obviously we talked about in our broadcast that there might be a chance that Alba Fire and Isla might not compete because of the whole shenanigans of one of their parents. I think died in a car accident you mentioned. So we're gonna make our predictions if it's either a triple threat or like just a regular tag team match. So one prediction if it is a triple threat, and then if there's a chance that Alba Fire and Isla Dawn won't compete, we're just gonna make a prediction if it's just gonna be a tag team match. So triple threat tag team match. We're gonna start off if it is a triple threat match. I think they're just gonna keep it like that. We'll see. But you have the four Canadian Yorker. What is your thoughts? What are your predictions if it's a triple threat match first, or if somehow Alba Fire and Isla Dawn gets canceled as a tag team match? What are your predictions if it's a tag team match?
So I would say this: if it is a triple threat, I will say that Ursa Fire. I don't see Ursa Fire and Dawn winning against the powerhouses, unless they pull it off sneakily. So if we have Bianca Belair and Jade Cargill facing against Shayna Baszler and Zoe Stark. Yeah, that's not going to end very well for them because they just faced Dawn and Fire just faced Zoe Stark and and uh, and and her partner. So I mean, honestly, we know that Bianca's dealing with knee issues, and Shayna Baszler is also dealing with knee issues. So both of them are sort of at a disadvantage in that regard. However, you know, it's if it's gonna be one team that's gonna come out on top, man. This is a tough one. I definitely see Jade Cargill and Bianca retaining their titles at Clash in the Castle here because they're really strong. They have that power. They're just they don't have the technical knockout power that Shayna Baszler and Zoe Stark have. Zoe Stark and Shayna Baszler definitely have that technical knockout power. They can knock you out and make you tap and stuff. So they're a dangerous team. But Jade and Bianca can throw you down and mess you up. They're tough. They're a tough team. I don't
No, no, no.
because Fire has some personal, family tragedy going on. So it will be tough for her to perform in at Clash in the Castle with all that personal business going on in the background. So I don't see them performing at Clash in the Castle in this triple threat match. In fact, I see them being not able to make it, and unfortunately, they won't be able to make it. So it's just gonna be Shayna Baszler and Zoe Stark versus Jade Cargill and Bianca, and I see Jade and Bianca retaining their titles.
All right, so you're locking your pick
That's my
in
pick.
Bianca and Jade.
Yes, yes, I
All
do.
right, for me, yeah, I just feel like there's no way Elba and Atla's gonna retain or, excuse me, win the titles. Because after one of them got choked out by Shayna Baszler, and look, Shayna Baszler and Zoe Stark are competitive. They're great competitors. But like you said before, Shayna Baszler is dealing with a knee. Same with Bianca, but it didn't seem to bother Bianca with that knee. But I just feel like Bianca and Jade are going to be the team to beat. So triple threat match, I think Bianca and Jade will retain, and if it's just a regular tag team match, I'm gonna pick Bianca and Jade. I just feel like they're just gonna complete their domination. So I'm locking my pick in. I am picking Bianca and Jade as well. Um, so
Yeah.
all
I will
right,
say
let's.
that Zoe and Shayna can beat Bianca and Jade because Zoe and Shayna know how to knock them out. I mean, they're a really good striking team. They're a dangerous team. They are a dangerous team. So, I mean, we can't count them out. But I will just we could. I mean, I would give the slight edge to Jade and Bianca though. So.
All right, so moving on to the match that most likely will be the main event of this Clash of the Castle pay per view. We got Cody Rhodes defending the undisputed WWE Championship against AJ Styles in the I Quit match. I have not seen a I Quit match in so long, so I'm so happy that Triple H booked this or whoever, Nick Aldis. I'm so excited. Obviously, the big story is AJ Styles losing to Cody the round one and then just pretending to retire. I was there, by the way, live to see that. And AJ Styles obviously getting another shot at Cody's title. But this time in the I Quit match, oh my god, how many I Quit matches do we rarely see? But to get this wrapped off, Canadian Yorker, you got the floor. What are your thoughts and what is your prediction?
I don't see Cody Rhodes winning and keeping his WWE Championship belt because he doesn't have backup. Right now, AJ Styles has some leverage. AJ Styles has the OC. AJ Styles has Mission to help him. And since they're there to help AJ, it makes sense. It would make sense that they would run interference on Cody and help Cody and help AJ win his title, win the title. And that I don't see that. That's not out of the realm of possibility that the OC will definitely run interference and help AJ win. That's something that's going to happen if it does happen. That's going to be that's going to be a tough thing for Cody to overcome. The other thing is that um, Cody can win. Cody can win against AJ in an I Quit match. So it's kind of tough to kind of decide who's going to win, who's going to lose. I don't see Cody losing his title at Clash of the Castle here, but it's going to be definitely be a hard fought match for Cody and AJ. So I don't think neither of them is gonna back down, but I do see Cody winning his title at Clash of the Castle. So I'm locking in my pick for Cody to be the winner of Clash of the Castle.
All right, so for me, yeah, AJ Styles is anything goes. So AJ Styles definitely gonna bring out his OC squad to help him try to win the championship. But I totally agree with you. Cody Rhodes is gonna be by himself unless he has backup. I can't think of anyone that could help Cody. Obviously it's got to be someone that's really close to Cody who has a beef to against AJ Styles. But I can't think of anything. But yeah, it's gonna be brutal. But I just feel like Cody Rhodes, he's just too much of a fighter. He doesn't give up. He just like fights. He gets up after a bad, you know, shenanigans or whatever, or gets back up from his feet. He's a fighter. He's a champ. That's why he's the undisputed WWE champion. So I just feel like Cody Rhodes is not that quitter. So I feel like for some reason, despite the odds, I think Cody Rhodes will beat AJ Styles and force AJ Styles to say I quit. So plus, if Cody Rhodes did lose, that would be a horrendous title run, and that just wouldn't make sense if he drops the title that fast. Obviously. So I'm locking my pick in. I am picking Cody Rhodes to defeat AJ Styles to retain the undisputed WWE Championship in the I Quit match. So that would do it. Any more thoughts before I wrap this up?
I don't have much other than the fact that Cody could have an ally that could help him out. I mean, LA Knight is sitting around doing nothing because Logan Paul is not there. He can't do anything against Logan Paul, so he could ask LA Knight to help him fight against AJ Styles and the OC. There's also other people who could be his potential allies there. Um, there's other individuals who can help him out. He's definitely had people to help him out last time, so there's nothing stopping him with asking people to help him out this time around. Um, so what else can he do? He definitely needs help against somebody because he got the help that he needed against uh, against the bloodline. So what else can he do? Let's see how it goes moving forward. So I can't complain about that.
Alright, so that would do it, guys, for our Clash at the Castle 2024 prediction video. So hopefully our picks are right. So that would do it. My name is Bruin Steele. This is Canadian Yorker. If you guys haven't done so, like, subscribe to my channel as well as Canadian Yorker's channel, which link will be in the description of this video, as well as our WWE Wrestling Bros channel. So hope you guys enjoyed this video. Once again, Clash at the Castle 2024 will be this Saturday at 2 p.m. Eastern Time, 11 a.m. if you're on the Pacific Time zone. But anyways, that will do it, guys. Thank you guys for watching. See you guys next time. See you guys later.
See you later.